I don't know. Do you think he can fit on his back? That's what I'm going with as the standard here. Oh, Insomniac. Whatever happened to you guys? Honestly, probably just the same thing. I don't know offhand where Insomniac has gone off to. What they've done recently. Last time I thought about anything from an Insomniac franchise was the Spyro the Dragon uh, Reignited collection? Reignited trilogy, there we go. And that was developed by a different company. I almost want to be like, oh, I think they died after Resistance, but no, they had multiple games in the Resistance Fall of Man franchise, and I just don't know what happened afterwards. Anyway, Ratchet and Clank. Yes, this is a game that I played a lot when I was a preteen into a teenager, and it is really fun. This one's a little bit embryonic compared to a lot of the later games in the franchise, but still quite good in my opinion. A very good 3D platformer, and of course, maybe a large part of that is because it came out in 2002, and 3D platformers prior to that point were either the Crash style, which was really good at what it did, but of course was basically a linear into the screen affair for most of the game, or they were the more open-ended 3D roaming type of things that tended to control quite badly, or involved too much collection for their own good. So, like DK64, Donkey Kong 64, I think actually controls mostly okay, but like 90% of that game did not need to be there. Anyway, let's go ahead and make a new save file. Yeah, I nuked my save file earlier on because I'm pretty sure that my save slots were full and I didn't want to. Instead of erasing just one, I decided to erase all of them. Well, yeah, camera is just going to be a concern with any game of that era in particular. So, mentioning that almost feels not useful, but bleh. All right, so we got 5 save slots to our name here, and we are going to save right in the middle one. And I don't know why we're doing that, but here we go. Oh, interesting. They have AM and PM and 24-hour days, presumably, on this planet. That is weird.
Final step, attach robotic ignition system. Thank you for using help desk technology.
Oh, I see Ratchet doesn't know how to hotwire his car yet. Well, oh, I see that this robot's not enough of a chonker. Time for him to escape before you get squished by the other ones in the conveyor belts. No, seriously, Clank, get out the fucking way. Front row. Boy, Clank, it's a good thing you're really fucking small in it. Just run between the dude's legs. Easy. Unfortunately, they also know how to pilot spaceships for some reason. Something that doesn't... Oh no, those are different robots. Still not so much of a thing that comes up later. There are some spaceship flying segments, but it's usually against singular bosses and you don't fight a whole lot of other enemies, if I recall correctly. Although, admittedly, it has been several years since I've played this game. I could be remembering incorrectly.
Welcome to the Gadgetron Help Desk. We're here to offer you advice during your interplanetary travels. The Help Desk is a free service provided by Gadgetron Corporation.
Well, also because you can throw the nut at him. The Deku nut, right? That's what I was thinking. For some reason, that works really well on Ganon. But anyway, we're leaving the help desk hints on so that way I can be like, oh hey, it's advertising things to me that I'm not necessarily going to spend my money on, because not every gun in this game is necessarily worth our purchasing. Just getting a little acclimated to the shoulder buttons here. R1 and R2 in this game are both crouch, and L1 and L2 are both zoom in. They don't have the strafing controls in this, I guess, yet. However, yes, we can crouch and press the square button to throw our wrench like a boomerang. That's a pretty handy attack. It gives us some range. Alternately, go into first person, and your square button always throws the wrench. You don't have to hold anything else. Circle button is where our weapons go. We've got the bomb glove to start with. And that is a decent weapon. Kind of hamstrung by the limited range. We're going to want to get something different later on, though. The rest of the controls. X, of course, is to jump. We do have a double jump, but it's pretty much worthless. And later on, we'll be getting a helicopter pack for Clank, who we don't have in the party yet, obviously. So it will end up being used for gliding around more than anything. And the triangle button is our quick select menu, so we can select from our weapons and gadgets. And you can see right now, we only have the one.
You can interrupt help desk messages by pressing the triangle button. To disable help desk messages, please select options from the pause menu.
Hey, are these messages really annoying? Here's how you can get rid of them. Thanks, game. I like the fact that that's the second thing they tell you. Like, not any of the controls or anything. Just, hey, here's how you can shut these stupid game mechanics up. Oh. The frog bit me in the butt. Come on. He bit my bottom! Now my bottom's big! Yep, so that's our health, or those little nanotech orbs. You get 4 of them to start with. Later on, you can get as high as 8. It's definitely nowhere near as big as in most of the games in the franchise, but everything only does 1 damage in this game too, so, like, it balances itself out a little bit. I was about to be like, hey, maybe I shouldn't be fancy, and then it still paid off. And yes, we are going to farm ourselves up as much cash as possible early on, because you do need quite a bit of money to be able to buy important things for plot progression. And also, of course, that way we can afford weapons that are not the bomb glove. Can we do anything with our... Okay, yeah, so we can hit the right stick to view a map. That's nice. And yeah, as you can probably guess, the yellow areas are places we've been already. Hey, Iron Fury, how's it going? The L3 doesn't do anything in this game? That's weird. Huh. I could have sworn it did something, but clearly I haven't been here in a while, so... It goes, well... I just think it could be worse. I see there's... I'm not sure what's going on here, but I don't think it's something I'm allowed to show on Twitch.
To use your bomb glove, press the circle button to equip it, and the circle button again to fire it.
And yeah, first-person aim, that would probably be a smart idea. The blast radius is much bigger than that little reticulum is, so that's nice. That lets us handle big groups of enemies a little better. actually kind of makes it useful at a range, but it does mean that, hey, using it in the middle of action, you know, if you're getting actively sniped, that's not the weapon for you, that's for sure. That said, this is definitely one of those games where I end up using the melee weapon quite a bit, and am generally incredibly reckless. In fact, I have a feeling it's probably going to annoy some people very quickly. They're going to be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm going to be like, yes, actually. And that's not going to be much of a response, but it won't be wrong, will it?
Interesting. You're quite handy with your wrench.
You bet. I built that ship with it.
Currently, I'm in search of someone who could be of assistance in saving the solar system. Do you know where I might find that fellow?
Well, he's on the radio every week. Other than that, no. Hey, what's with all this save the solar system stuff anyway?
Hello, citizens of... My race, the Blog, have a small problem. Our planet has become so polluted, overpopulated, and poisonous that we are no longer able to dwell here. But I, Chairman Drek, have a solution. We are constructing a pristine new world using the choicest planetary components available. So, what does this mean to you, you might ask? Using highly sophisticated technology, which you couldn't possibly understand, we will be extracting a large portion of your planet and adding it to our new one. Unfortunately, this change in mass will cause your planet to spin out of control and drift into the sun, where it will explode into a flaming ball of gas. But, of course, sacrifices must be made. Thank you for your cooperation.
Cut!
And if you don't like it, you can take your whiny, sniveling, snot-nosed populations, form a line behind me, and kiss my... We're still on? Well, turn it off, you idiot!
God, he's such a shithead. This fucking... his hairdo.
Well, good luck getting Captain Quark to help you.
Actually, you could help me. If you could use your ship to take me to the coordinates contained in this infobot, I might be able to gather further information there.
Even if I wanted to, I can't. I'm missing a crucial component of the ship.
The robotic ignition system.
How did you know that?
I, sir, happen to be equipped with the latest in robotic ignition systems. My programming allows me to start any ship I choose.
So, I agree to take you to this, wherever it is, and you get my ship started for me?
That is what I'm proposing.
I think you better make that decision pretty fast.
This could be a problem. Take care of it.
Whoa, this is great! So that's where I've been stuck this whole time.
Please return your appendages to the steering mechanism, sir.
Huh? Oh, right. Sorry. Oh, and by the way, you can stop calling me sir. The name's Ratchet.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, sir.
You got a name?
My serial number is V54296.
Oops. I'll just call you Clank for short. Hang on.
He's Uncle Cracker. Jesus.
It would be most beneficial if your citizens were not in the city when my workers begin removing it.
Preposterous! I will not stand for this.
Unfortunately, you have no choice in the matter.
Let's just see what Captain Quark has to say about that, my good man. I don't see what's so funny. Captain Quark could dispatch you without even breaking a sweat, you puny.
You have now officially worn out your welcome and my patience.
This is your last chance. Stop this madness now!
Okay, wait. You're right. I will withdraw my troops.
Really?
No! He's all yours, gentlemen. Try not to leave any marks.
That man's face is incredibly, strange looking. So, speaking of voice acting in this game, I believe that Clank has had the same voice actor through the entire series, but in this game, Ratchet was voiced by a different actor than he would be later.
Sorry about that.
Starting in
We're not leaving the way we came.
starting in the second game, Going Commando, Ratchet would be voiced by James Arnold Taylor. As in, yes, that James Arnold Taylor. Yes, Titus himself, Mr. Ha 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 Ha, James Arnold Taylor, that one. And yes, I'm going to absolutely rub that in as being, yeah. In this game, he was voiced by somebody named Mikey Kelly. I just went and looked that up. He, known for, is he? He voiced a couple of, he's got a fair amount of roles to his name. But it looks like Mikey Kelly ends up mostly being a guy who's credited as additional voices. So just, you know, people in the background. But it looks like, TMNT movie. So my understanding from like 5 minutes on Wikipedia is that he's most known for being Michelangelo in the 2007 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. And that is a useful piece of information. No, it isn't. Who am I kidding? Anyway, meanwhile, Clank has been voiced by David Kaye throughout his entire career. That's right, he is literally Megatron, so jokes from earlier are actually kind of funny in their own way. Oh, he was Trey's in Gundam Wing as well, huh? Interesting. Alright, so let's get back to it, everybody. We got plenty of stuff we can do here. First of all, let's take a look at the Gadgetron vendor and see what's available.
I got some great bargains for you today.
With the robot strapped to your back. The little scrolling marquee is full of some very amusing things in this game.
That's a real beauty.
Alright, we don't really need more ammo for the bomb glove, but I do want to show these off anyway. Boom! It's just flashing. The Pyrocitor. This is one that we're probably going to skip out on unless we have a huge amount of extra money. Because it's a flamethrower.
So, you gonna buy something or what?
It's not really the most useful piece of equipment in the entire game, to say the least. We will have... Honestly, we technically have a better melee weapon already because the wrench does the job and it doesn't cost ammunition. George Costanza's an arms dealer. Nice. Just need that one really memey George Costanza facial expression on the merchant there, and that would be perfect. Oh yeah, by the way, I was gonna say our double jump is gone, but no, I just really don't have the rhythm. And we got these weird little robot dog enemies in here. They kind of look like bees because of the cape. But obviously not really. Okay, so I guess our high jump doesn't really do anything right now. Not surprisingly. That is a thing that becomes more of a deal once we get ourselves the helipack. Which, honestly, I think we can skip this part for a little bit anyway, but we're doing it now anyway, because it's right here. Oh, there's still some money laying around. We may as well pick all this up. I mean, it's just free money. You're just gonna leave that laying around on the floor? What kind of a fool are you? I say as I miss, like, one bolt. Go back for it. You know what? I'm not speedrunning this. Although I did see a video about the speedrun recently. And man, the things they can do with that. Wow. That is some bonkers shit. Is there anything we can do up here? No. There's not even like a gold bolt here yet. We would need the hydro pack for any of the gold bolts in this level. Gold bolts, well, I'll talk about them when they show up, I guess. Just know that they're a thing to collect and they are not required to beat the game. And yeah, I'm saying a lot of this stuff, obviously, for people who have never played this game before. I know it's 20 years old. It's 20 years old! Can't believe it's 20 fucking years old, but that doesn't necessarily mean that everybody who wants to play it has played it. You know, there's quite a few older games that a lot of people would probably be very interested in who have not played them. Even stuff that's popular like this. Carefully. Camera controls could probably still stand to be a little bit faster.
Blast it!
Look, plumber's crack.
What did you just say?
I said, look, the plumber's back.
All right, wise guy. Shouldn't you be on one of them escape transports?
Escape transports?
Newsflash, giant robots attacking. The escape transports are taking all the rich folks off this god-darn planet.
So why aren't you on one?
Socioeconomic disparity.
What?
He hasn't got enough bolts.
Working people have to wait for Captain Quark to save us.
Well, got anything worth a lot of bolts?
I got this thing. Shows two weirdos ditching their ship. It's got coordinates to a desert planet, too.
An infobot. Ratchet, we could use that.
Also, by the way, shoutouts to Ratchet's first thing that he says.
Round mode. Press and hold the L1 button.
Look around. Fuck, I didn't even... Obviously, I haven't memorized all the help desk quotations, but look around mode. Good God. Also, shoutouts to Ratchet immediately making a plumber's crack joke. Wow. Just, hey, look at that guy's ass! Nice.
Geronimo!
Did he just slide down a sewer pipe?
Yeah, you're gonna be doing that soon, buddy. Shut up.
Mayday, mayday! This is the solar ship Radical. We seem to be under attack from the planet's surface.
Relax, kid. It looks like some sort of fireworks display. Probably in your honor.
Whoa! That was close! Ah!
Pipe down, I can't concentrate.
Oh, we've been hit!
An unexpected detour. When we land, I'll see if I can scare up an exhibition for you.
We're not gonna live that long!
Kid, let's M-screen!
Eject! Eject!
Did you see that guy on the left? That was Skid McMarks.
Does he know Captain Quark?
I doubt it. He's a pro hoverboarder, always going off about how cool he is.
Looks like he's in trouble.
I'll say, I've never seen him look so freaked out.
Gadgetron infobots give you
Skid
coordinates
McMarks,
to
yeah,
your
exactly.
Now that you have
Hey, wow,
planet Iridia,
another joke about butts and asses and poop and no kidding. Maturity, not the name of Maturity is definitely not Insomniac's strong suit, apparently. Oh, hey, there's another back route over here. This, I don't remember what the purpose of doing this is, other than to get you acclimated to the fact that you are quite slow in water.
And the X button to rise. Push the X button harder to rise more quickly.
Oh, I think I need just the word harder clipped out of that for amusement purposes. And yes, they don't explain to us the bolt crank, where you press square and you spin around in a circle. And that is one of your sort of switch lever contraptions for this game. Because hey, you got a big old wrench, you may as well put it to use. In this game, the bolt cranks are all quite short. And in later games, they tend to get pretty long. Like, maybe a little needlessly so. But yeah, I have no idea what kind of metal this wrench is made out of, but it takes some abuse, that's for sure. You gotta remember, this is a pretty lengthy... well, right, the wrench gets replaced in Going Commando, but even so, a whole, like, game and a third of action for this wrench, in and out of water, in and out of other foreign substances. No digestive tracts that I know of, but still, it definitely, it goes through some shit. That's for sure. Let's see if we can't get our bearings a little bit here. Resurface. Okay. Yeah, because water visibility, well, water visibility is not super great. It's okay, but, you know, it could be a lot better. And when the game gives us better utilities to swim with, it doesn't exactly clear up. It's not like the gravity suit in Metroid Prime, which is just... I immediately thought of that when thinking about water clarity, because that is one of the little discussed mechanics of that particular iteration of the gravity suit, I think. And it's a really nice thing, because in Prime, the water can be pretty cloudy early on. And then you get the gravity suit and things are noticeably better. Not perfect, but noticeably better. Alright, where are you? Get out of here. Make him get over here to make him get away from you. Perfectly logical. I have no idea what you're talking about. I love throwing the wrench. These holes that are like water tanks, I guess. These tanks don't really have anything in them. Like, they may have tiny amounts of cash, but that's it. Heck, is this the end of the... Yeah, we're coming out of the... out of that thing, yeah. See, there really was just money there. It's kind of surprising. Usually you go down a route like that and you'll get a special gadget or, on very rare instances, a weapon. But nothing doing for us this time. But hey, I'll take the money. And yeah, I haven't really had a chance to demo it, but of course, Ratchet's got a sort of jumping slash with his wrench. Although calling it a slash, it is a wrench. But it does twice as much damage as his regular melee attacks. And it's generally a pretty good way to deal with some of the more medium-sized enemies. Obviously, for anything bigger, you tend to want to use your bigger guns. But if we can get in close to an enemy, I think that that's going to be a pretty good tool for dealing with most things for a while. Which is great because it does take us some length of time to get a really strong, high damage weapon on our side. We get some with good damage and good range, but the Devastator, yeah, the Devastator is the one that I'm thinking of. We don't get that until world, like, 8? Yes, I believe 8, yeah. I had to do a little bit of math in my head about the world order there, and yeah, 8. World 8 is when we gain access to that thing. And there is a chance above 0% that we may not even buy it when we first gain access to it. Ooh, also, enemies have some friendly fire in this game. It's just that you're not often going to be able to show it off, and it does not apply to every single enemy. However, there's definitely some parts where you can manipulate the enemy AI a little bit, which makes it sound like it's some really intensive speedrunner shit. No. It's just that is, at this point, the easiest way that I know how to describe it. To basically trick enemies into getting in the line of fire of some of your bigger dudes to help you clear out the medium size or even just little guys. Anything to give you a little extra breathing room in a fight, you know. Oh, I fell through the bridge. Oops. I mean, we are technically on the other side of the bridge, so it's fine. Oh, there's a couple of crates over there we should go pick up. Because, yeah, as described earlier, it's always nice to pick up all this cash because we're gonna need a fair chunk of it. Clear these out real quick. Do you have to fight like a little gauntlet in this area? Yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of set up like an arena, so I think you actually do. Or at the very least, you've got like just 3 of these robots who pop out. Yeah, it's just 3 dudes.
Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Oh, what are you? Mercenaries? Torturers? Assassins? I'll tell you anything. Here, take my infobot. It's all I've got left.
Sir, we're not assassins.
Hold on. Let's see what he's got.
Ratchet, please.
Has this ever happened to you? Hi, I'm
No. That's it. I think I can safely say that.
From the inside, and knowing your equipment isn't functioning properly. That's why I come to Al's Robo Shack for all my electronic needs. Al has been the exclusive repair shop for my super electro gadgets since I was knee-high to a sand mouse. If Al can't fix it, it's not broke. Right, Al? You said it, pal. You're fighting crime, or just fighting grime. Come to Al's RoboShack in Metropolis for all your robotic repairs. Al's RoboShack, it's quarktastic!
Do you know what this means?
Yeah, Captain Quark is really sold out.
No, it means Captain Quark is on Metropolis. We could tell him about this invasion.
If we had a ship.
What? A ship? What? You're not going to torture me? Well, as planetary chairman, I could arrange for you to borrow our courier ship.
Cool.
You can count on us, sir.
Right. Thank you, your chairman shipliness.
Now that you have coordinates to 2 new planets, you can use your ship. Press the select button to bring up the map. Your ship is marked with a star.
Sir, I have some bad news. That ship is going to get parked somewhere and forgotten about. But we do appreciate your space boat. Because every time the word ship comes up, my brain converts it to boat for some reason. I don't know when this started happening, but here we are. And in fact, here we are 3 times a week for 3 hours a day. As I slowly become less and less tethered to anything resembling reality. That's okay. Let's get in the ship. This weirdly box-looking, there we go, that's better. This oddly boxy wedge. And we're going to travel to Metropolis. Iridia is, for a fair length of time, just entirely a side quest. We don't even have to go and do this for, like, a while. And it would behoove us to go to Kirwan to go pick up some stuff anyway, because there's a couple of very important gadgets that'll help us navigate the terrain. Can we break these things? No, not in this game anyway. However, there are some crates over here to pick up. Give me that money. Yes. Because we're gonna probably be spending all of that here. Maybe even more. Especially because we've got the blaster in the shop.
I got some great bargains for you today.
Point it more or less at the bad guys and mow them down. Yes, indeed. The blaster is a pretty solid piece of gear. And yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Let's stock up all the way to 200 bullets. Check out our comically oversized handgun. Just like a true American. Despite being in space. Hey, Space America is real. Or it will be when we start colonizing other planets. And I think we go this way first.
If we center the camera, just tap the L1 button.
And yes, the blaster is a pretty great ranged weapon. Similar power to your regular wrench swing, but of course it has good range, it has pretty decent homing capabilities, and you can rapid fire like nobody's business. Your ammunition will disappear if you let it, and you can see there I fired like what I tried to be like 5 shots, but you can see how easy it is for me to fire extra bullets just from tapping the button at a modest speed. And look at that rate of fire when we're holding it down. Can we aim at this dude properly? Not from there, we can't. So fighting this guy might kind of suck. Oh, no, he's not going to shoot at us. There we go. Yeah. So yes, the blaster is absolutely worth the money in a way that the Pyrocitor was not, in my opinion. But do be careful of that ammunition, because you can demolish your wallet with that. Especially if you're like me and you buy bullets quite frequently to just make sure you're topped off. Because, hey, anything to reduce my chances of being caught without a resource. And again, that kind of factors into why I use the wrench more than anything as well. Is just not liking to use anything that's consumable. My camera is inside of a tree. That's alright, we fixed it. And yes, that is another reason to be careful of the wrench toss. Is you are locked into position when you throw. So in a case like that, where you've got enemies approaching you from multiple angles, it is a bad choice. Oh, Landmine Jones is still out here. Okay. Get out of here, buddy. Look at what a mess this asshole made. Come on. Come on, dude. That ain't right. That is the slowest firing rocket I've ever seen. And I kind of love it for that exact reason. Wow, he's a pretty beefy guy. He takes 3 hits. Yeah, just touch the TNT crate. They function basically like they do in Crash Bandicoot and stuff like that. You know, this game is kind of like a free-roaming Crash Bandicoot. Even before, what was it, Twin Sanity? Yeah, Twin Sanity was the one that I'm thinking of. Also, yeah, we can chuck our wrench at these flying cars. And occasionally we can hit them. And they drop money. Is this the game where you can just break a bunch of them and get a skill point? I don't remember. We're gonna do this for a minute, though, because it amuses me. Yes, we've been playing this game for less than an hour, and Ratchet has already become a menace to another galactic society. What a guy. Yeah, I'm thinking of something else. Alright, let's go into
That's the man we saw in the info.
Al's Robo Shack here.
Captain Quark.
Hey, you're that robot guy, right?
No, actually, I build robots. I myself am not a robot guy, per se.
Nerd.
I like him.
What can I do for you?
Well, we saw your Infobot announcement. You were with Captain Quark. We're trying to find Captain Quark. We thought you could help us.
Your logic is commendable. However, I haven't seen Captain Quark since we shot that commercial. Say, do you run on standard XP18 sister boards?
Version 7.66.
Back at ya. I may be able to help you out after all. How does a helipack upgrade sound?
Upgrade?
Natch. Since he's a 766, I could have the little guy up and flying in no time. Of course, I'll just need my fee for service.
Not for parts? Yeah, 1,000 bolts, but you know what? Hey.
Hurt a bit.
Hey, wait. Ratchet, am I cool now?
Clank is surprisingly rubbery. Like, it stretches around quite a bit. It's very, very strange. I thought it was made of metal. Ivan, how's it going? Yes, indeed. We are playing... These are going to be my off-day games. So, Dark Cloud is the main game that's been in my main rotation, but I was worried that a lot of people would be like, hey, this is repetitive, so I decided to have something in there to mix it up, and this is what I'm doing for the time being. These games are absolutely wonderful. I played the hell out of this series when I was very young. Like I said, this game came out in 2002. It is 20 years old, which still blows me away. I was 12 when this game came out. Or maybe 11, depending on what part of 2002 it was. I forgot. But yeah, absolutely. I still have the first 4 games on the PS2, and I've got a couple of the PS3 games. I kind of got a little bit upset about Quest for Booty being digital only, and didn't follow as perfectly after that point, once it moved to the PS3, so that'll account for that, I guess. But yes, I'm going to be playing these games on my PS2, and I'm going to be finding that this bomb glove is not necessarily even the best way to deal with these dudes. Despite the greater damage over the blaster, I am in a position of having taken quite a bit of damage. That's for sure. Also, you can double tap the triangle button to do a quick swap. Did I ever play Jak and Daxter? Yes, I did. I have the first Jak and Daxter. I don't believe I have any of the sequels. But I didn't play a whole lot of any of those games. I didn't play Jak 3, I know that. I only played Jak and Daxter and Jak 2. And I didn't get to a ton of either of those games. I'll have to get around to them at some point, though. Because, yeah, that is a bit of a blind spot in my PS2 knowledge. That is kind of surprising, all considered. I don't necessarily consider myself to be the greatest expert on PS2 stuff. It's just that was probably my first major system that I have huge memories of. I mean, I remember playing some stuff on the Genesis and the NES and the 64. But the PS2 is definitely one that I remember a lot more because, well, it happened later in my life. Yeah, this game is a huge nostalgia bomb for me, and you're probably still going to see me get my ass handed to me pretty severely because I'm not super good at it, and as I said earlier in the VOD, I play this game very recklessly. I look at my life points and I go, you know what, only one of those matters. And yet, for some reason, I don't like to spend ammunition a whole lot, so there's probably going to be a lot of cases where I'm really going to start not using my guns, and it's going to be a little bit questionable as to why I would do that, when obviously I should just be mowing things down with a blaster, right? Or something smarter, and then no, at best I'll pull out the Walloper. And I'll probably get myself killed for it quite a few times. Wow, okay, Mr. Slow Rockets. Yeah, see, like that. That's better. Just waste a nice stream of blaster bullets there to clear that dude out. One of the good things about the massive rate of fire that the blaster has is that it tends to hit stun enemies really well. Like, they just don't have a chance to respond a lot of the time. And ooh, I didn't know we'd be getting one of those so early. But we gotta deal with the doggies first. They make, like, real dog whining noises. That's kind of upsetting. Planning to buy Siphon Filter 1 and 2 on PS4. I'm assuming that that's like a digital re-release, like one of the classics releases, right? Via the internet. Otherwise, I was going to be like, was there a compilation release of them? As, like, you know what I'm trying to say, like an HD remake, HD port of them? Because I hadn't heard about that, but Siphon Filter is one of those games that does kind of get a little bit on the obscure side for a lot of people, I think. Which is very interesting because Siphon Filter was made by the company that I believe went on to be one of the companies that did a lot of stuff for the Uncharted series. Dark Cloud is glitching up. Yeah, then... Well, I know that that one was released as a PS2 classic for the PS4 at least. Because I saw a lot of discussion of that when I went to go look for some information, mostly on like which of the backroom floors had stuff, but people haven't documented that very well, so I wonder if it's actually randomized like everything else. But I don't think it is. Anyway, we got ourselves a gold bolt. Those are usually hidden in weird, out-of-the-way places. You don't need them to complete the game. They are used solely to help you purchase upgraded gold versions of weapons from two very specific shops, one of which is only available in the New Game Plus mode that I don't remember the exact name of offhand. Ah, I see. Yeah, my PS4 is the original version, I believe. It was one that was available before the PS4 Pro, I know that, which I admit that I didn't keep up too well on console. Oh, that was very nice of your friend. I didn't keep up as well on a lot of console version stuff past that point because, you know, it's confusing. But I purchased my PS4 originally to play Nier Automata, and I think there were a couple other things that I really wanted out of it. So, yeah, that's right. One of the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fighting games was released on it. I probably should see about picking up some of the re-releases of older games for the PS4, you know, through the classics releases, because there's definitely some stuff that I missed out on that would be nice to get hold of again. Oh wow, I lost my grip. No. Yeah, they have the there's a couple of newer games in the franchise because, yes, it continued past the PS2. I don't remember. I don't remember how deep into the series they are. But also, there was this sort of re-release, reimagining of the original game for the PS4 that was released some years later. I believe originally intended to coincide with the Ratchet and Clank movie. Which, I believe that, yes, there was actually an animated feature film that actually did happen. I have never seen it, if so. And I remember being kind of interested in it for a brief period. And then just falling off of following, like, anything video game related for a while. More to be like, hey, yeah, let me... Oh, jeez. These guys are not liking my strategies very much. I feel like I gotta be real careful around a lot of these jumps, because it's... The fact that I've fallen off once makes me think that it'll be really easy to do it again, and I obviously don't want to fall off. But I gotta be careful to dodge a little better. Otherwise, I'm resetting anyway. Resetting the sequence, not the whole game, as you can tell. I'm gonna look and see if there's... You know what? I have 172 ammo. I don't need a ammo crate right now. What am I doing that for? I'm losing it a little bit. Clearly. Not sure on the PS4 lag. Yeah, PS3 Slim. I don't know what version of the PS3 I have off the top of my head, but it's not the original version. It doesn't really strike me as a Slim, though, because it looks like it'd be about the same size, but overall, it's... The important thing is that the PS3, unlike the PS2 and PS4, is one that I need to position very specifically on my shelf of gaming hardware and stuff, because it's got that round top. Like, the PS2 and the PS4, I can stack those just fine, but the PS3 has to go on top of something else. I can't have other things on top of it or they'll slide off. Isn't technology great? And design, for that matter. So they give us a nice little refill area after we've dealt with that train section. And I see we got a landmine guy over here. Pretty stout enemy, really. Infobot is probably just over here, right? Yep, alright, what do you got for us, dudes?
Greetings, Executive Chairman Drek. Dispense with the pleasantries, Lieutenant. My sources tell me you're behind schedule. You must prepare this planet to be harvested for our new world.
Yes, sir. As you can see, everything is moving along as planned.
I'm counting on you, Lieutenant. And as your former commander can tell you, I don't take disappointment well.
Yes, sir. I won't fail.
I like the one lumberjack robot just cut the other one's head off. Wow.
Another planet.
Yeah, but if that's the kind of help he's getting, I don't think we have anything to worry about.
You should not underestimate Chairman Drek. He is quite dangerous. We must find Captain Quark.
Look, that lieutenant doesn't seem so tough. Let's take him out ourselves.
Perhaps we can persuade the lieutenant to tell us where Drek is.
Now you're talking.
All right. So planet Eudora, that is going to be a planet that we're going to check out in a bit. We got to go do the rest of this planet and the desert planet as well before we can actually finish Eudora, because we need the swing shot from here, I believe, and more importantly, we need the infiltrator. Infiltrator? I think it's the infiltrator in this game for completing some puzzles on that world. But also, we kind of needed the helipack and, of course, the infobot. We need the helipack and we need the swing shot from here in order to complete Iridia. So,
Clever enough to beat my fitness challenge, you will receive a reward from my head trainer. Simply make your way to the third island to complete the course. Good luck. Quirk Enterprises is not responsible for sprains, broken bones, snapped tendons, bruised egos, or accidental death incurred while taking the challenge.
Excuse me, Captain, but we have more pressing issues. We urgently need your assistance.
Clank,
Yes?
do you notice anything unusual about Captain Quark?
Well, I find the fact that he has a spring where his leg should be to be quite puzzling.
And why do you think that is?
Possibly an injury incurred while battling evil?
This isn't the real Captain Quark, you numbskull. It's a robot.
Oh.
alright, so we can get a skill point for destroying this, which are other collectibles. Can we do it with the bomb glove? I'm going to assume the answer is no. However, I definitely read in a guide at some point that you could do that with the bomb glove, so thanks a fucking lot, that guide writer, who was not correct. Not 100% sure I get that reference, but also... Oh no, that's just a weird angle for that texture. Okay. So we got some new stuff we can learn over here. Again, if the game had actually bothered to tell us about it, but maybe they're like, well, you've got the manual. So we can jump between these pairs of walls with their kind of grippy looking things on them. I believe they're called jump slots in later games. If not, that's definitely a phrase I've used before. And not an uncommon thing to see in a lot of 3D platformers of the era. Like, we saw that in Rayman 2. I played Rayman 2, God, when did I play Rayman 2? Like 2 years ago, at least by now? It was long enough ago that a lot of the Ubisoft news was pretty new at the time about all the accusations about a lot of the people who worked at Ubisoft, Yves Guillemot and the other executives. And sadly, Michel Ancel turned out to be one of those people. Michel Ancel being the guy, basically, who is behind the Rayman franchise in general. Am I going to watch any of RPG Limit Break 2022? I almost said 2002, which is great. But I hadn't specifically planned on it. But I also didn't know that that was upcoming and don't really...
Also function as jump slots. Jump and jump
yeah, so they're...
to kick off the walls in midair until you reach the top.
They are called jump slots in this game. I don't follow a lot of speedrun marathons that closely most of the time. But, you know, maybe I should actually, because, you know, depending on the particular event, there can be some good runners at a lot of those. And I know that a couple of people have performed in RPG LB that are pretty great. A lot of... A couple of Earthbound runners and a lot of others who just happen to also be Earthbound runners running different games.
Listen up, you loudballs! That was the most pathetic display I have ever seen on that obstacle course!
What do you mean?
We finished
You
the
didn't see
circuit,
that-
ma'am.
Oh yeah, but it is weak. Weak!
You can see from there. Sheesh.
I would devour courses like that for breakfast!
Bet that's not all.
If it were up to me, you would drill for the rest of the day! But somehow you managed to impress that fool Captain Quark!
Captain Quark knows about us?
He certainly does. And worst of all, he wants me to give you a prize for that ridiculous performance.
Cool, what is it?
I'm supposed to give you a swing shot, so you can sway to and fro like little insects.
Alright, let's see it.
Not so fast. Today, the two of you disgraced my obstacle course, so I am going to make you pay.
But that prize is ours from the captain. That's not fair.
Too bad, life's not fair.
You know, that reminds me, I don't think there's been an actual drill weapon in any of these games yet. Why not? Cross between an antelope and a cow? Jesus. That's a little mean. Anyway, she wants 1,000 bolts for the thing that was apparently supposed to be a freebie, but you know what?
Sweet. I bet Captain Quark uses stuff like this all the time.
Ha! Real men can swing without silly toys like that.
From what?
The two of you make me sick.
His own... He doesn't have any hair.
Gadgetron swing shot. Use it on standard Versa targets like the ones nearby. If the target is out of view, use the L1 button to aim.
Don't worry, we're not really going to be using first-person mode to aim at any of these, like, ever. So in this game, the swing shot is only used to grapple onto floating targets and onto the swing targets like that. In later games, it gets more functionality. Most notably that you can pull down drawbridges in the second game, and then it gets wrapped into other gadgets later on. But yeah, for now, it is as simple as it gets. A grappling hook. And, you know, maybe sometimes a grappling hook is all you need, right? That's enough bomb glove. I don't need more bomb glove than that. There's a location where we can sort of drop off and hover around the... Yeah, there we go. That's what I was thinking of. Hey, don't be like that. And we've got a free gold bolt for our efforts. And more importantly, we got a little bit of free cash. Of course, we can't get back without dying, but this is Ratchet and Clank. Death doesn't really have a penalty. Outside of specific arena challenges and stuff, but those don't exist in this game either, which is probably fine. In my opinion, they... Oh no, we can take the hover cab and get out. Okay. I'm an idiot then. Wow. And by that I mean, wow, I forgot a lot of things, didn't I? And yeah, we can just farm these for tiny amounts of bolts. Wow, we get 3 bolts for blowing up a car that presumably has some sort of sentient life form in it. And is just a civilian. That seems a little fucked up, but... However, that is a way that you can just get free infinite money without having to do real work. You can just set the thing up with your console and tape down the R1 button and the square button. Or probably way down the R1 button with something, or use a clamp. The square button, pardon me. And leave that overnight. However, when it comes to the time when we're going to want stupid amounts of money, I have other ways of doing that. That do also involve just leaving the thing powered overnight, but Let's head on to Iridia, and away we go. And yeah, we are surrounded by some gross-looking mud. Which is, I guess, a type of quicksand, but meh. That is a shortcut later on once we get to where it's pointing. And for now, let's go around this way and check out what's in this general area.
It's him, Skid McMarks.
That man from the infobot.
In the flesh, little dude. You guys get a load of that epic space battle I was in?
We saw you, screaming for help.
That was like a war cry. My agent and I got ambushed on the way to hoverboard practice.
Did he survive the crash, sir?
He's okay, but I've had a little trouble getting back to my ship due to my sprained ankle.
Oh, come on.
If you can take out all the sand sharks, I just might have a spare hoverboard for you.
We'd love to help you, Mr. McMarks, but Ratchet and I need to find Captain...
One of your boards? I've always wanted a decent hoverboard. Well, alright. You just keep that foot elevated.
That guy is high as shit, folks. Alright, so kill the sand sharks. Not hard. These dudes are weak as hell. They only have melee attacks. They're not the fastest thing in the world. In fact, if we just keep mashing the square button... Oh, hey, Pyrocitor ammo. That's weird. We don't even have that. But yeah, if I don't do anything stupid like that... You'll see that it's not hard for us to even get into a position where the timing is such that they go to bite us and we end our combo before we start into another one, obviously, and just dodge their chomp. So that's pretty great. Although saying that, of course, as soon as I started to get anywhere with this, you know... As soon as things went bad, they started to snowball a little bit. Let's crack that open. Pop open the other crates. Hey, you jerks. Get off me. There we go. I think they're all dead. No, they're not all dead in this area. Wow. Oh, I see. There's another generator over there. Okay. And yeah, that Hyper Strike coming in very handy. I think the jump attack is technically called the Hyper Strike. Because it helps us to dodge. And it also lets us deal with the generator that much faster. some health back. Yeah, we're taking a lot of damage in this, but we're managing to get away with it mostly. That great. Can that be broken with a bomb? No, I think we're gonna need the Devastator for that as well. Yikes. Hey. None of that. Alright, we got 4 more of these little dudes to find. And to help us out, we're taking out the blaster. Oh, hey. Oh, come on. Well, you know what? That sounds like the level of anything that would happen to me. On the very last one. Give me just a second here. Alright, y'all, let's try this again. Hopefully with a little bit less suck. You know, just a little bit. Oh, come on. That was extremely rude, game. Just switch back to this for now. Pick up our ammunition. On the other hand, I guess that just... Fire Drake, please. Are you allowed to say that on Twitch? Jeez. On the other hand, if we just keep dying at this, I mean, that's a pretty decent way to farm up bolts. I don't know that that's actually necessary, but it's a thing you can do. Still, let us get ourselves across the way here. Aw, you jerk. Hey, don't... No need for biting me in the butthole here. Come on. Can we aim at the... Yeah, we should be able to hit that, yeah. Wow, good bomb glove chucks there. Can this get them with their... No, of course it can't. Alright. This platform should be secure. Yes. So now let's pick up our coins. And by coins, I mean bolts. I mean, a bolt can be turned into a coin, usually. Oops, we stepped in the mud. The quicksand isn't quite a death pit, but if you fall into it, it will get harder to get out every time. If you fall in 3 times in a... Wow, okay, I definitely turned around a lot faster than that game. If you fall in 3 times, it will kill you. Like, you just will not be able to get out. And that's going to remain a hard and fast rule for any sort of, like, nasty liquid in any death pit. Whether that's, you know, horrible mud, or if it's swamp sludge, or if it's lava, concrete, I don't know. Dribble semen? Wait. I'm sorry, every once in a while I just have to say something a little bit terrible. I don't have to do that at all, actually. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just... God, that sure is a noise that thing makes when you shoot it. Oh, yeah, that works. You actually can kill them while they're underground with the bomb glove. You just have to actually aim it properly. Unfortunately, that's not always easy to do unless you're very methodical about it. Yeah, the throwing weapons probably could have stood to be a little bit snappier with the quick aim in terms of just, like, aim assist. On the other hand, there's also cases where, like, you kind of can't do that. Like, the decoy glove, throwing it directly onto an enemy would not be useful. But also, yeah, this thing... This one could definitely be a little better. It is, in fact, much better in later games. Like, in the later games when you get the big throwing explosive, like the mini nuke and stuff, it is very snappy. Like, you can do that on the fly super well. And, yeah. Needless to say, this game is probably more proof of concept than anything else, but it is still quite a fun game for being proof of concept. Okay, I legit didn't see that dude, so... Whoops. Wow, there's still another one on this island. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Answer is yes. Alright, that should be all of them.
Here, man. Catch.
A brand new Z3000. You can't even buy these.
Well, I got a bail. Catch you dudes at the hoverboard races.
You've just acquired a Gadgetron Z3000 hoverboard. Use your new hoverboard at the racetrack in Blackwater City on Planet Rail Guards.
Sure. We'll remember to do that. When we can actually go there. But hey, thankfully, old McMarks left us a path back to the main level here. And a path back to the main level that's got a couple of crates for us to grab a little bit of cash from. Nice. Won't argue with that. I will argue with my performance of falling off of that cliff, but too late. They're a little more technological than you remember. Well, I mean, there are, like, a set of hover boots in later games. I think they're called, like, thruster boots or something different, though. Charge boots, maybe? Which is like the Pegasus boots, I guess. But, there is a hover boot of a sort. It's just, it's no hoverboard. Or the hover bikes that you ride in Ratchet 2. Which we will probably end up playing all of the PS2 Ratchet and Clank games. I'll say by year's end, because I don't know if I'm going to do them, like, all one after another in between Dark Cloud. We could probably fairly easily beat the first two games before we finish Dark Cloud, because Dark Cloud does have a gigantic post-game dungeon that I'm going to take on. But I will say that there is a chance that is not zero that I will be getting to all of the games on the PS2 by year's end, because I love these quite a bit. Although, wow, I really should get around to... Would you believe that I almost called Sonic 06 Silver the Hedgehog? Because I did. Yeah, we gotta get around to Silver the Hedgehog also. And finishing off Space Station Silicon Valley at some point. And in fact, honestly, there's a lot of games that I do need to play for you folks at some point or another. There probably is more Kingdom Hearts on the docket at some point. Sadly, I may actually have to play Chain of Memories. Somebody suggested that to me on my YouTube comments. Somebody that I know IRL. After I said some stuff in the VODs for that game about Chain of Memories. And I kind of don't want to do it because Chain of Memories is not a good game. Like, don't kill me or anything. It's not some of the spin-offs, but oh boy. Alright, so we got another path branch over here, and we're going to go over this way. Because this is the way where that shortcut leads. And it might not be a bad idea to do that. However, as you can see, there is a swing shot target over at the other point, and that is a thing that we're going to have to... It's just a whole course of that stuff. It's a pretty easy one, but yeah, they're really telling you to go and finish all of Metropolis before you deal with this place. Nice column of boxes there with the regular and the TNT alternating. I like that. This all crunches down nice and quickly for you. Is this area? No, there's a whole thing we gotta climb, right? Yeah. I'm remembering now. Like I said, I haven't been through here in a hot minute, and yeah, we got more sand sharks. We've got a flamethrower guy who takes 3 hits, which is slightly awkward. We've got things to climb up here. I like the little glyph on the thing that's like, hey, you can put your hands in here. It'll probably, you know, it's a good way for it to get crushed, but... Who am I kidding? Those things are sturdy enough. It won't crush your hands. Just kind of looks like it might. And yeah, there's nothing going on there. Is that true even on this side? Yeah, it's capped on both ends. And here's where you can learn that you can sort of shimmy along the sides of things while you're gripping the edge. And that is probably something we're not going to do a ton of. I mean, we do a bunch of, like, ladder climbing, like we've got going on here, but not so much of that, if I recall correctly. And yeah, you can definitely tell this is a tutorial zone. That other thing was like a legitimate battle. This is just, hey, here's how you do this thing that's more or less, here's how to hold the controller. Is there anything over there except for ammunition? It looks like it's just ammo boxes. And a tiny amount of cash. So, not a huge deal, I don't think. We can just go up here. And we can go find that escape pod. Anything else here? Oh yeah, this is a Magnaboot track, huh? I forgot about that. That is well stealthed.
This downtime is killing me.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
Don't be so literal, son. The problem is I'm stranded on this backwater planet and my star client is nowhere to be found.
Hey, we saw you on that info bot. You're Skid's agent.
Was Skid's agent. Haven't seen him since our ship crashed. And an agent without a client is like a flea without a dog. Say, you look like an athletic kid. If you can bring back the championship prize from the hoverboard races in Blackwater City, I'll make you my next star.
We have no time for trivial matters, sir.
I could be the next Skid McMarks.
Well, you know, Clank, now that it's been brought up in the plot, it is going to be important. So, don't you worry your fool head, buddy. Yeah, we're going to go back in there, actually. And I'm going to sit here and be like, hey, can I get to that gold bolt that I saw earlier? Because I think we have to do it from this side of the level. But that may require the use of the Magna Boots. And, okay, yeah, so it is in this end of the mud hole here. The old mud hole marsh. Oh, nice long jump. Anyway, you're going to see us drown in mud. Yeah.
If you want to impress this agent, you'll have to win a hoverboard race. The nearest hoverboard race is in Blackwater City on planet Rilgar.
Yes, we already know about that. Yeah. Oh, boy. So that... Ooh, that's going to be rough. I don't know how to get at that off the top of my head. So, we'll have to try that some other time? Unless we can do something fun with this, because I see a little crack in the fence over there. Oh, we slipped off. That might be doable, but it also might not. Anyway, I wanted to come over here so that way I could blow up all these boxes. Get me some free real estate. Get attacked by a couple of flamethrower duders, you know. As you do. As one does. Now we take this thing out because this is what we're going to need to deal with this upcoming section here. Back across this thing. Don't fall all the way in the mud. Because there's no coming back from this particular mud pit.
You can reverse your camera controls. Just select camera from the options menu.
Well, thank you, but I don't know that I'm going to need to do that. Oh, shit. Let's just drown in the nasty Coca-Cola.
If you want to impress this agent, you'll have to win a hoverboard race. The nearest hoverboard race is in Blackwater City on planet Rilgo.
And make our way back to the start of the level.
Press the select button or click the right analog joystick to bring up the map. This may help you locate where you are.
No, I know where I am. It's just that the internal guts of that puzzle, well, to be fair, they're not going to show any of the targets on that thing, so, like... And then height is also the other issue. Where's... Oh, okay, I was not even looking for the right thing here. The swingy target. As I believe there's a reward for doing at least a certain part of this without touching the ground is why I'm sort of trying to be a little bit of a showboater here. There is a reason, I swear. It's just not a good one. Oh, that was disappointing even by my standards. Incidentally, I'm pretty sure that's going to be how I die the most in this game, is just being slightly off of some really easy to survive death traps. The claw shot. Yeah, I mean, it does sort of have that look a little bit from the shape of it and being a grappling hook type tool. Twilight Princess. That was a Zelda game. Is it here? Yes, I think it is, but we definitely touched floor in that one bit. So... Oh, right, I think we have to hit point number 7 here as well, but we can just walk to this.
Yes.
And we got ourselves the... Okay, it's the Trespasser in this game, not the Infiltrator. The Infiltrator is the thing from Ratchet and Clank going commando. I'm just going to call it Ratchet and Clank 2. And y'all are just going to have to put up with it.
Lasers are mounted on each ring of the Invincilock. Aim the lasers at the receptors on the outside ring to turn them green. All receptors must be green before the Invincilock will open.
Ah, yes, a lock-picking mechanic. Kind of needed to have one of these in a lot of these games.
Use the left analog stick.
I'm using the D-pad for that game.
Push up and down to select which ring is active. Push left and right to locate the ring.
Hey, no, that was the third game. Silly. Okay, well, for the time being, we have done all we can do at Iridia. I think we're probably going to need an upgrade to the helipack in order to actually get at that gold bolt as well, so this really is all we can do over here for now. We need the Devastator, we need... Yeah, going commando is the second game, up your arsenal is 3. So yeah, now that we've done all this stuff, we can finally move on to the logging site at Planet Eudora. This is how they make a forest level a little bit harder, is that they turn it all into a lumber facility. Yeah, I saw, don't worry. Don't worry.
Yes, quite lovely. That should just about do it. Commander, we are finished with this world. Commence towing our planet to its next destination. Lieutenant!
Yes, sir.
You have fulfilled your tree quota. Barely.
We are ready to return to base.
Not so fast, Lieutenant. Just because we don't need any more trees doesn't mean they should have them. Destroy everything.
Good to see Chairman Trek as being a douchebag as usual. He's so gleeful in his shitheadedness. What a fun dude. Full Frontal Assault was one of them, wasn't it? Yeah, here is probably our first real Devastator puzzle of any challenge, right? Okay, not so much, but... Yeah, this is the part where it's like, hey, no, go back to the other planet, and then basically just, yeah, hey, make sure you do everything. Oh my god, is there? That's fantastic. I mean, I know that the translation gets pretty memey sometimes, so that's pretty good. And also just the sheer amount of puns. Also, yeah, I did the thing where I accidentally walked off the edge before jumping. Like I said, there's probably going to be a lot of incredibly just clown-level deaths in a lot of this. I have a feeling. Like, for example, the Skull Servant related cards. Of course, they're called Whites now, because that was what the original name of the Skull Servant was, and then, you know, somebody goobered up the translation at Upper Deck or whatever at the time. A lot of those have a lot of good jokes in them. But yeah, do a barrel roll. I hadn't heard about that one. The Cleefort supports have a lot of good jokes in there. A lot of the names of those monsters are changed, and I forget if like some of them were things that were like considered to be a little bit too much of a reference to, well, the Jewish mysticism that the Qliphoth stuff comes from anyway, but yeah. Alright, so here we get things, we get a little extra element in the mix here with the little laser shields on the trespasser things. Did I call it the right name? Yes, I did. Okay. And that can cause a bit of an issue. And by that, I mean, not too much. Oh, that's the right camera work.
You sure showed him.
I suppose I did.
As the infobot just drops out from behind him, and it looks like he's crapping himself. Fantastic.
Is your current occupation leaving a rotten taste in your mouth? Then you need to know about BTS, Blog Tactical Research Station. Hi, I'm Supreme Executive Chairman.
Oh, nowadays, anybody who's ever used the internet knows about BTS.
Individuals to fill positions in these exciting careers. Grind boot tester.
Ooh!
Assembly technician. Mutant animal husbandry. Robot repairman. Suck cannon test dummy. And administrative assistant.
Suck cannon test dummy.
BTS.
Oh, fish. Yeah, oh my god. Oh my god, yes. Yes.
Now we're talking. Did you see all the cool gadgets they're making? Let's go get some.
No, we must continue our search for Captain Quark.
You're absolutely right.
I am?
Sure. We need to find Quark. Although when we find him, wouldn't it be nice to be able to tell him where Chairman Drek is?
I suppose.
Well, we go to the space station and talk to the scientists. They work for Drek, so they're bound to know where he is.
I am unsure about your logic.
You think too much. Come on, let's go.
And like I said, Clank, it's come up. It's gonna be important, dude. Have you never played a video game before? Actually, I mean, Clank was almost literally born yesterday, so I mean, the answer would be no. I was about to be like, wait a sec, are there even video games in this world? And yeah, there are. Alright, so we've got a new weapon available here, the Glove of Doom. I want to show this. Exploding buddies to chase down your enemies. The Glove of Doom is fun, but it is pretty wildly overrated. The damage isn't that great, and it's very easy for... So, to describe what it does, because we're not going to pick it up yet, it drops out a little pod that splits into 4 little killbots that'll run around on the ground and try to bite things, and they can land 1 hit apiece before they are obliterated. The damage is pretty good. It's comparable to, like, a bomb glove, but they do have a tendency to just dogpile certain enemies and waste some of their hits sometimes because enemies do get short iframes. So they'll get stuff like that, or they'll just waste themselves on a single big enemy a little bit over much. Like, the odds are good that if I threw down a Glove of Doom pod, it would probably kill both of the lumberjacks over here, but each one would definitely get attacked by 2 of our little buddies, and it would be kind of a waste because we got those little guys with the saw arms over there that are not really a huge threat, but it would be nice to take them out too. So yeah, not the greatest weapon, but conceptually very fun. And sometimes, again, sometimes that's all you need in life, is that it sounds cool. We got quite a few branching paths over here. I don't remember this level having 3 places for us to explore. I thought there were only 2. Ah, well. Is there anything else to deal with over here? Can we get over here? This might be a way back, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna assume that that's a way back. Unless I feel later that we haven't explored it. In which case I'll come back and be like, well, this is gonna be a rough jump, isn't it? I generally think the platforming in this game is a fair bit rougher than it is in other games. I mean, there's also just the general fact that a lot of things in this game, your power set in Ratchet and Clank 1 is smaller, I would say, than a lot of other stuff. And not necessarily like, oh, hey, you have less shit in general. It's more like you just don't, it's just not as splashy or powerful or, you know, able to deal with large areas of stuff. Yeah, sure, in this game, you get the bomb glove and it's got plenty of ammunition. In Ratchet and Clank 2, it gets replaced with the mini nuke, which is so much larger in terms of what its area is. And, okay, it only has 8 shots, but it'll clear a room for you. Dice try. I definitely don't remember a lot of those, but yeah, there's plenty of stuff like that, because whoever has taken up the translation effort for Yu-Gi-Oh! After the first few years has been pretty good at matching the tone, at least, in terms of making it fun. That's right. No strafing in this game. I fell for one of the classic blunders. As it were. The Princess Bride, one of the very few movies I've ever seen. Hey, that's already what the fire element does in that game. Yeah, I was having some difficulty aiming properly against those dudes, so I said, you know what? Fuck it, we're getting in close. Oh no, we're at 1 HP.
You can view a map of the world by pressing the select button or depressing the right analog joystick.
Did you just refer to the R3 button as depressing the right analog stick? Video game? That... There's something very funny about that. Oh, well, that's fine. We're not right at the checkpoint? No, we're close. I thought we just were... I thought it was literally at the one side of the bridge, but I guess not. Ah, yes, tit anus. No, it's Titanus. I'm just being immature. As I'm wont to do, because sometimes it makes people laugh. And you're a fool for encouraging me if you do laugh, but... Oh, this was just a storage of bolts. Well, that's fine. Again, never bad to have more. We're gonna have to make quite the expenditures at some point. Ah, yes, I see that guy. Apparently getting more accurate with every shot. Like the star in Cardcaptor Sakura. As I pronounced the name wrong. I'm sure that'll make somebody upset. I know how to pronounce that name. I'm not one of those weebs. I hope. Did I get... Yeah. And it wasn't the star, it was the shot. I'm a fucking... What the hell is wrong with me? Why would I not say the right thing? Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, that's real good. Let me just press the jump button, like, 3 frames too late, give or take. So now we gotta redo the...
Why not try Gadgetron's Glove of Doom? This life-saving gadget lets you attack your enemies from a safe distance with tiny killer robots. Grab one now at a Gadgetron vendor.
Well, because, like I said before, it's a little bit jank. A little bit jank and wank. I don't know what that is, but it sounds even filthier than it usually would just the word wank being involved. But, you know. Sometimes you just make things even worse than you intend to. And it's fun when it happens, for some reason. But this absolutely is a good place to start setting up with the Glove of Doom, because you can just get your little duders out doing their work while you've got all that cover going. It functions pretty well when the local geometry is a little bit complicated. We'll put it that way. But we don't need that much. Although I'm sure that now that I've said that, that's going to change sooner rather than later. Oh, hey! Glove of Doom ammo. Interesting. That's neat, because as you've probably noticed, when we buy weapons, they don't come fully supplied. However, I assume that this will help repair that issue for when we pick that stuff up eventually, which, you know, who knows when that'll be. I'm not going to reveal anything about that. Because I don't fucking know either. Oh, they improved the sound mixing and stuff overall? Well, that's great. Because, hey, television sound mixing, what the fuck is that? Actually, sound mixing on, like, anything ever. It amazes me just how often sound is badly balanced in, like, any medium. Yeah, I think we can deal with these dudes the rest of the way with the bomb glove, honestly. But I'm sure that if we try to get in melee range, they're gonna fuck us up. That's why they're taunting us, right? But hey, we didn't get to see them do anything of value, so who cares? Hey, we got ourselves a free weapon.
Gadgetron's suck cannon can vacuum up multiple enemies, then fire them out as high-caliber missiles. Caution, enemies must be small enough to fit inside the barrel.
The suck cannon, indeed, and it does not live up to its name because it's pretty damn strong. It also can suck up regular crates, I believe. Not the nanotech crates, clearly, but I think regular and maybe even ammo crates. And if not in this game, then it certainly could in later games. But the suck cannon has very good damage, all considered. And again, ammunition is completely free. Plus, it's just a lot of fun. Also, look at that gigantic vacuum cone. That is some good stuff. Did we cover the entire map? Yeah, basically. Alright, sweet. So we are done here. We can go to that Blarg station real quick. Real quick, that's going to be a whole level we got to do a lot of shit in. What am I talking about real quick? I'm wrong. Yes, Nebula G34, the Blarg Station. While y'all get some cutscenes and stuff, I'll be right back. Oh, wow, no cutscenes, just a rival. Huh. Okay, yeah, so we can't suck up the crates in this game. That's a shame. That would have been some nice free ammunition, but what can you do? There's a shop. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so the shop has a new piece of equipment and a message I haven't seen in a while. The Taunter. Annoy your enemies and lure them into traps and ambushes with this obnoxious noisemaker. That sounds like my kind of piece of equipment. Obnoxious noisemaker, huh? This Ratchet's just like, yeah, this is a real weapon. Kind of not. Quite a string of sound effects. We're not probably going to use the Taunter that much, but it's definitely important for something later on. So we're grabbing it now while I have a little bit of financial security on my side, and I can probably put it to use anyway. Ah, yes, a nice pattern there. And in this area, yes, because we don't have an oxygen helmet, we are going to have to send Clank out to explore the station by himself. Clank can do his little helicopter thing by his lonesome. A little helicopter work. He can punch people. Aim right for the ankles. I almost said shins, but I'm like, that's too high up. Nothing on the circle button, and in triangle... well, we can't do anything with it right now. I'm trying, folks, but we can't select these faces. Clank isn't allowed to show any emotions. He has to meet David Cage first. And we have to deal with this curving path that kind of sucks. Yep, we just fell right off of it. It's... Your controls are still not as tight in this game as they later would get. So... it's easy to slip off of things, you know, even, again, by my standards even, that's pretty pathetic. But let's punch this frog in the face, as you sometimes do. Bust open some crates. Don't break that one, because we can get some more up here. Yeah, we got a couple of chairs here. Can't do anything with the chairs, though.
jump, then press and hold the X button again while in the air to glide.
Yeah, and we got some steel crates over here. Is there anything in this little... No, it's just a ladder back up. Okay. Just checking. There shouldn't be any reason to climb these. Yeah, we don't even need to do that. I'm just doing it because of obsessiveness, I guess. Hey. Yeah, the killer frogs are on parade here. We should be getting a little bit of aid to help us out with fighting things pretty soon, though. I believe. For now, we're going to just helicopter over here. And we're going to crack a couple of crates open, grab some more voltage. Don't fall off the edge. Yeah, this is my way of dealing with these thin platforms. Probably not the smartest to do the jump and hover, but it feels right. Oh hey, gold bolt. We'll need the oxygen mask to deal with that. Ah, here we go. Here's what I was looking for. I mean, the health is great, but we've got...
You have just activated a Gadgetbot. To command a Gadgetbot, hold down the triangle button and select wait, follow, attack, or enter.
We got some Gadgetbots. These are going to be some nice little helper units for us to deal with some of our enemies here. Most notably, this big turtle. You just attack. And they all managed to get the turtle all in one go, so that's pretty great. Usually that doesn't work out so well for us. But thankfully they just respawn at the little light bulb things. So... we can go over here. Our other commands, wait. They just stand there while you go do whatever. Follow gets them to follow you again. And enter. They go walk into those little doors. And now that we've completed the area, we get ourselves one of these things. Wow, Clank has a lot of storage capacity, all considered. And this bridge extends. Okay, good. The plate's turned over.
The Gadgetron Hydro Displacer uses insta-faucets and insta-drainers. Using it, you can drain and fill pools. Our sensors do not detect any on this space station.
Yes, the Hydro Displacer. We will need that on Rilgar, which is the next planet. But as you can tell by that message, we don't need it here, that's for sure. And hit the floor switch, and back up we go.
I'm back.
So you are.
And I found this.
Hey, cool. It's what is it?
A hydro displacer.
Great. I always wanted one of those, I guess.
You can use that for all kind of things. Suck up gasoline with it for your spaceship. Or whatever it runs on. Just fill it with massive amounts of hydrochloric acid and squirt it all over the place. Actually, no, it uses those insta-drains or whatever, right? So, no shenanigans for us. Damn it. What's the point of living if there's no shenanigans? Anyway. We got a branching path here yet again. We can either go onto the little space pod over there, or we can go through this electric fence, which you should not whiz on. This is where we're going to go, we're going to go electric fenceward. And we're going to take out the Taunter. Or I'm going to try to and not be able to point the stick very well. And instead switch the D-pad for that. Sorry, I'm scratching an itch at the same time. You know, like a professional streamer. Oh, that thing's not impressed by our horrible noises. And we got a bunch of killer frogs. Hey! They got a pretty big lunge on them, so be careful with that. Although again, I guess if we die, we can just have more money next time we revive. Alright, so these guys have a potentially irritating attack pattern.
Need a little help with these enemies? Try your taunter.
But a single jump strike will take him out, and yeah, the taunter will make him rush you. And if things are set up the right way, that is a great way to deal with some of these enemies. I think we get a pretty fair amount of opportunities to do stuff like that here, so yeah. Again, getting to use the taunter is pretty fun. Fuck me. That's what I get for using the wrench throw. But we're gonna have to use the trespasser here, and this... Is this the part where they actually start getting to be kind of confusing? I think that'll do for that. No, this one's not too bad. But we have got... Well, first of all, we got a couple of killer frogs, but in brown, hanging out in some of those crates. But we do have a pretty good storage of money and ammunition over here, even aside from that. Also, yeah, you can destroy certain parts of the environment. I haven't really been showing that off too well, and those will have cash in them as well. They even respawn, so if all else fails and you really, really need money, and you're just that bad at fighting, you find certain areas, and you break them, and you die, and you just keep coming back for more money. Of course, if you're that desperate, you're probably going to have a real bad time with this game. And again, this is me talking about skill level, and I just did that. Well, that's alright. Give me a second, and we'll get back into position here. Oh yeah, let me show off something real quick with the weapon and gadget menu. Is that, okay, not everything has a unique animation, but most of them do. This is something that is not in later games, but yeah, you equip a weapon or a gadget or whatever to Ratchet, and he'll do some sort of unique little animation with it. For most of them, they're unique anyway. Like, the suck cannon just has kind of a stock animation that he does with all of the really big guns. I think it's the same for that as with a lot of the others. And a lot of them are real silly. This is not where I was going to go. I was going to show off the gadgets menu. See, look at him. He spins the head of the trespasser. It's cute. I like it. It's fun design. Although, again, he is sort of just like the same big gun pose for that. And yeah. All right. So enough goofing off. Let us make our way back to what we were doing here. Pull out the taunter. And that said, I actually will give a nod to the Pyrocitor for these areas, because this is a place where it would come in handy. But instead, we're gonna suck up a bunch of our killer frogs here to thin out their numbers a little bit. Wow, there's a lot of them. And be prepared to deal with these dudes with our suck cannon. Oh wow, that shockwave just jumped. That's cool. That's the thing shockwaves need to be able to do, right? Is jump. Alright, so if we want to get at these crates, is this... I was going to say, how worth it is to do this? The answer is honestly probably not that much, but... You know what? It's fine. Yeah, I was going to say that there's going to be a bunch of these dudes spawning, right? Because that's going to be sort of the thing for this area. Uh-oh. The idea with the killer turtle. Yeah, these things have a lot of HP, and they are not great to take on head-on like that. So we're gonna take out the bomb glove to help us here. A couple of fast tosses and everything is a little bit better in the world. At least for our purposes, it is. Hey. Wow, alright. I got in the middle of my swing. That was incredibly unfortunate. And by incredibly unfortunate, I mean a load of bullshit. Alright, game, sure. Hey, whoa. Well, this is an interesting position to be in. And significantly less so when you jump straight into the gas. Twice, even. Alright. Swing shot. Okay, fine. I'll manually select the bomb glove if it'll make you happy, game. At which point it proceeded to not actually make the game any happier, but whatever. Alright, so we got one of these guys here. Yeah, I think we can probably do some taunting here. Get. There we go. Not smooth. Even without taking the damage from the shockwaves, but... Well, I think we're at the checkpoint anyway. Yeah, one thing that... If the later games did nothing else better than this game, then they absolutely did a better job at telling you where checkpoints were. In that they actually told you. At all. And yeah, here you're getting to see the thing that's going to end up coming in very handy for this later on, is the fact that the taunter can break crates. Which is very odd that it can do that, but it can't do any other real source of damage, but that's okay. It ends up being to our advantage, so meh. Do I have anything to grab up there? I don't think we do. Oh, there's a bunch of these over here. Alright, well, suck cannon time. Sadly, no health in this room, but there's one of those, which is for a thing we don't have yet. But more importantly, there is a gold bolt. And it's nice to start picking these up well before we're ever going to need them, so... Yes. And there's some regular money in there. Can we taunt any of these into... Yes, we can. God, they make such hideous noises, too. Like, jeez, man. It's the fucking worst. Alright, so... should I try this? I'm gonna try this. And what this is I'm gonna try to fight this mini-boss that we get here using just the wrench. Which is not really a smart idea, but... there is a reward of a skill point for you if you can pull it off. As you can tell, it takes a bit of time. And then you get a phase like this, where things get a lot more dangerous, too, because... Oh, are they just going to keep dropping more of them in here? Wow, okay, and then I'm going to get comboed by like 800 of them at the end. Truly unnecessary, but... Hey! Fuck you, Buster. Alright, pull these in. We're gonna try it probably just one more time, and then I'll go back to trying to fight it seriously. It's worth a skill point, which unlocks, I think it unlocks, like, the cheat menu if you get those? I forget. The cheat menu in this case is not necessarily for, like... you know, the kind of things that you'd think of, like, you know, God mode or anything like that. It's like big head mode type of stuff. You know, the classical type of cheats. The fun kind. From when video games were good and they included stuff like this. Hey, fuck you. And especially fuck you for somehow being out of range earlier. Alright. On to phase 2, and we get a bunch of these little chodes dropping in from the ceiling. Time to get comboed by them. Fucking how many of these things are there? Okay, good. Let me get killed while I'm healing. Thanks, game. That was rude. Where did that go and why? That was weird. Nice aim. those noises. Part of my hand is falling asleep a little bit here. All right. Alright, so we're full health, so I guess if we just try to start dodging these dudes a little better. We managed to clear out half of them in one swing each, so that was good. Alright, group them up. Okay, so it's literally just 2 waves of them. That's fine. I thought for a second that they infinitely respawned. Again, tells you how long it's been since I've been here last. I remember it's not necessary to do your full combo. Alright, we got... Alright, so this is going to be a rough fight, because fighting these things with just the wrench is not always easy to get away from it unscathed. But we managed to pull that off not too horribly. We just need to not fuck this part up. You just earned a skill point. Indeed, we did. That was probably a bit more of a struggle than it needed to be, but that's okay. You can actually come back and fight that thing again later. You do have to fight it, not quite now, but at some point near this time, because it's guarding a guy who sells an item that you need. Later on. But it respawns later in the game for some reason, so if you need the assistance, you can come back in once you're able to buy the nanotech upgrades.
Thought I was a goner this time.
And it'll be easier.
Nano-wit and genetics must have left the cages open again.
You could come down now.
Honestly, a gadget engineer deserves a bit more respect, if you ask me.
So, you are an inventor.
Gadget engineer. I create revolutionary devices for Executive Chairman Drek. For instance, Viola, my soon-to-be patented grind boots. Look, I need to get out of here so I can find a new job. How about I sell you these at cost?
Sell? After we just saved your scrawny butt?
All right. I'll give you the employee discount too. Well, thanks.
Yep,
I'm
$2
gonna get
grand.
out of here
It's
while I still can.
not exactly cheap, but we got a decent chunk of change right now anyway, so we're fine, actually. We got ourselves the grind boots, so now we can grind on rails just like we're pretty much any other action star of the late 90s and early 2000s. And yeah, we can swing our wrench, we can shoot stuff. There's gonna be grinding courses that have, like, real obstacles for us to worry about, but for the time being, it's just the game showing you the very basics of how it works. But for now... Oh, right, we're not done here yet. I forgot. We don't have the next infobot. I'm doing a dumb. I like that particular part of the station in the middle there. It kind of looks like it's just Gurr from Invader Zim just wrapped several times around in a big cylinder.
This shuttle has an autopilot which will take you to a decommissioned Blarg warship. Our scanners indicate that...
Yes, thank you. What a weird thing to point out. All right, so this area, these doors just open as you approach the right ones, I guess. So for being decommissioned, there's still quite a few dudes on this particular Blarg warship. And we gotta fight through all of them in order to get ourselves some, whatever they're giving us a vague promise of. Nice. Oh, that was some good use of the taunter. They just started running into each other, and it did good fucking work. Alright, so we got some more turtles here. Is this the end of the line already? Oh, I see they don't want to make this easy for me. So we'll just clear the area and this stuff up. There's a big red shiny button back here. Hit it.
Thank you for selecting our automated self-destruct feature. Vessel annihilation sequence initiated. Please remove all personal belongings.
Oh crud. Wrong franchise, pardon me.
Perhaps you didn't hear me. This vessel will self-destruct. Boom. In a matter of seconds. Please evacuate.
That was some well-timed, little bit of voice overlap there. Classic.
This is Darla Gratch reporting live from Blackwater City. We've just learned that Captain Quark will be presenting the grand prize at the Intergalactic Hoverboard Championship, which will be held here over the next few days. In related news, this planet has recently been suffering from an infestation of strange amoeboid creatures. The city's administration has assured this reporter that every step has been taken to eradicate these nuisances. Darla Gratch, Channel 2 News.
Nice.
Did you see that?
Yes, I hope that poor woman is all right.
She's fine. I think. I was talking about the hoverboard races.
She ends up in some shit, like, constantly, so she's fine. It's true. Do we have any real...
Hi there, Fuzzball.
Nah, fuck it. I don't feel like buying ammo for the bomb glove. Are you kidding me? And let's move on to the previously mentioned multiple times Planet Rilgar. I think we can fit in at least most of this tonight. And that'll do for our 3 hours. Anything in the shop? Where is the shop anyway? There it is. Alright. There is a new item here, the Mine Glove. Be sneaky and set exploding traps for your enemies. The Mine Glove is very good with the Taunter. In fact, I'm kind of considering grabbing it just that way I can show that off. You know what? Yeah, let's do it.
I got some great bargains for you today.
The Mine Glove is probably better than the Bomb Glove in like every situation, so we may even be able to make a permanent substitute. So you chuck the Mine Glove, it does exactly what you think it does. It places a floating mine. And, oh, I think we need enemies nearby to really show it off. I'm pretty sure the Taunter can actually push the mines from the Mine Glove, which is, as you probably could guess, very helpful to extend its range. So a very good combo, and again, you can see with this game that they're looking at the size of the arsenal like, hey, yeah, let's give the players some options. I guess there was at least some of that with some extent on earlier shooters from the 5th generation, where you had the ridiculously big arsenals of various stuff. But I didn't play a ton of those. It reminds me more of BioShock, which the original BioShock was definitely a game where they gave you a lot of options and they really wanted you to try to use a lot of them. I'm pretty sure that when I streamed BioShock, though, I mostly just wrenched everything because, well, that's what I do. I just hit shit up close most of the time when the game gives me the option because often it just kind of feels right. Alright, so let's check down here before we get the water into the drain. Yeah, that's right. We wanted to pick up this tiny amount of extra voltage a little early. All right. Suck all that out. We got ourselves a hydro displacer once again full of some of that delicious, nasty sewer water probably, but Crack this thing open and you will notice that we don't have anywhere to go. We have to go back and refill the area and dive through the pipe. But first, we had to come through here and break the grate in the pipe. I actually think that's an okay piece of puzzle design. Not the greatest or anything, but, you know, it works. That said, the answers are so simple that it's like, is this really a puzzle, or is it just... Well, that blew up pretty fast. I assume the camera attacked it. Oh boy, I think this is the part where we have to run, right? Because we got this switch here. Yeah, the door opens and the water is rising. You get off your ass and get your ass down the path. Ass. I don't know where I'm going with this, but, you know. Also, you can fall in the pit if you're real bad. I don't think I've ever done that in this section before. But that's definitely a thing you don't want happening because... we've got to do this, and we are running very much the risk of running out of air. Yeah, in fact, we're dead. Oh, fuck right off, game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're toast after that shit. Yeah. Yeah, we're just going to accept our fate. And we're going to take out the suck cannon here. Try and help us out with the little slimes. Because the baby amoeboids, I believe, are small enough that they can get sucked up properly. So, at the very least, we do have that going for us. Fuck! God damn it! Why can't I just have, like, a quick reset for this? This is some absolutely pathetic showing here. Well, time to suffocate. Walk off the edge. There we go. Get to the surface. There we go. We're doing better this time. I mean, there's still a very real chance that we die here, but we're doing better this time. Alright, we made it. Every single one of those failures was absolutely pathetic. That's really not that hard. It's not like any of the things that we saw in Space Station Silicon Valley. We got this whole chemical crew over here. No doubt here to clean up the amoeboids. And not be very good at it.
Hey, press conference is over. Captain Quark don't want no more reporters bugging him in his trailer.
Oh, you see, my friend and I need to speak to the captain about a matter of galactic security.
You mean you and your walking camera? You paparazzi make me sick. Now beat it.
But, sir, I'm sure the Captain Quark will understand once we...
Now, save it. I know how it works. You convince me to let you in, you snap a picture of the captain in his underpants, then you sell a picture to the info tabloid for $1 million bolts.
You've got it all wrong.
Meanwhile, I'm stuck here making 6 bolts an hour, and I have to listen to a lecture from that cheapskate Quark.
6 bolts. Jesus.
In advance.
Man. The intergalactic minimum wage still hasn't gone up, huh? 4,000. Yeah, this is a bit of a cash gate. This is why you don't want to buy everything you see.
See how it works. You grease the hinges, the door opens.
Captain Quark?
What's that?
It's Ratchet and Clank, Captain. You know, from the
Oh, yes, I know who you are.
You do?
Yes, and thank the galaxy you found me.
Huh?
There's an awful plot being hatched to destroy our planets.
Ratchet, he knows.
Great. Does that mean we can go hoverboarding now?
My friends, we're all in grave danger, and I believe that together we can put a stop to this madness.
Together? You mean you want our help?
Look, Ratchet, I've been keeping an eye on you, and I've never seen anyone with such raw talent. You are a true hero in the making.
Really? You mean I could be famous?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, here, take this. What makes one man toil in obscurity while another becomes a hero? Is it strength, compassion, determination, or just pure blind luck? Wise men through the ages have struggled with that very question, but Captain Quark knows the secret. That's why he's been able to defeat more despots, rescue more damsels in distress, and save more civilizations than any other hero in the galaxy. Now is your opportunity to see if you've got the stuff heroes are made of. This infobot contains coordinates to Quark's secret base. Can you quickly conquer Quark's killer cannonade of confounded contraptions? Can you quickly just make your way through the defenses to the center of the base. Prove yourself, learn the secret, and earn your place in galactic history. Consult your doctor before attempting any strenuous exercise. Not responsible for death or dismemberment. Your results may vary. Meet me at my headquarters.
Hey, Captain Ratchet, what do you think?
We won't fail you, sir. We promise.
And there's our infobot for Planet Umbrus. Oh boy, we're not going to take that on tonight because we still got more stuff to do around here. Let's head back to the ship and then loop back around and go and unlock that hoverboard race and probably get our asses handed to us by it quite a few times. All right, let's get out our mind glove here and let us huck one down. You can see it's a little bit slower compared to the bomb glove, considering, but and that is what I was talking about the taunter extending the range on the Mind Glove. That was some good fucking shit that it just pulled there. Where's my double jump game? Also, yeah, the water is gonna... we get eaten by a big fish. A big fish with legs. Evolution is weird, folks. Are we in the bad spot? Yes, we're in the bad spot. Boy, are we. Is that enough to... Yeah, 2 is enough to do it. Good times. Alright, let's try long jumping across instead, because apparently the game doesn't like the idea of us doing things the regular way. Either that, or my controller is worse than I thought. Or perhaps I just didn't have my thumb off the button for long enough. There's a lot of possibilities, and I just don't like the idea of taking the blame for it, so... You know. Meh. Alright. So the big amoeboids split all the way down to 4 of the small ones. And that's good news for us to fuel up the suck cannon. Get a little bit more damage on the go without having to spend too much ammunition. See, who needs to buy all the big guns when we have all the good stuff available to us, like almost for free or cheap? Although that said, I did buy a reasonable amount of weapons already, haven't I? And yeah, aiming this can be kind of a pain because of that. It's going to bring up a bridge. Oh, hey. That was weird. Although honestly, holding down on the pressing down on the stick while you're to do that big U-turn is probably not a good idea because you whip around in a not at all tight manner. Alright, suck cannon. I also like the fact that the suck cannon remembers what you sucked up with it. And it fires the appropriate enemy model. It's a nice little touch. You know, can't complain about that. Although, yes, I do sometimes wish it had a bit more of an explosive AoE, but eh. It's still a pretty solid weapon, all told. It's just in later games it would be much better. Which we'll probably find out in several weeks, months, eons, I don't know. It's time to head downtown. Bunch of shit going on over here. It's here. Oh, hey. Hey, dude. What's up, shopkeeper? I see downtown is turning into a complete and utter DMZ here. We better clean up fast. Game, do you want to, like, remember that I have a double jump? That's better. Get our Mind Glove ammo and just some cash. Move the tank. Gonna get our bolts. And we got some crates to crash. Crash? Crates to crunch, I guess, in a second. Floor switch over there. We'll deal with that later. We're gonna just grab these, grab our health. Hey, dude.
I know for your robot. Trade you. Well, okay.
Ratchet.
I'm kidding. Sorry, he's not for sale. What's a rhino anyway?
Rip ya a new one.
What did you just say to me?
R-Y-N-O. Rip ya a new one.
Why, that's the most powerful missile launcher in the galaxy. I know it's worth a lot of bolts. He must have stolen it from the Blarg.
Stolen? Look, trash can. Did I say's anything about it being hot? You better watch your mouth or I'll...
Wait, don't tell me. Rip you a new one.
I mean, if you stole it from the Blarg, that's still pretty baller. But yes, you can see that this is why... This is a good reason why we want a lot of cash. And why we're going to use some exploits later on for that. 150,000 bolts for the Rhino. And it's damn strong. It sure lives up to the price, we'll say that. It's not quite the gross level of missile orgasm in later games, but it's definitely quite potent. It is the best weapon in the game, bar none. And we're going to have some fun with it when we get it very late into this series. But for now, we're just going to pull out our Mind Glove here. And we've got how many duder's over here? We got 2 of them. All right. Come on out, boys. Oh, sorry about that. I guess you can't come on out that far. Alright, nothing is in the pit right now, oddly enough. Oh, never mind. I'm an idiot. I didn't see those dudes. Yeah, no prepping a suck cannonade for us here. We're not going to need it. Alright, let me get that health back. A little bit of extra bolts. We've got some dudes that we can set up mines for. 2. No, I think there's 3. And 1, 2, 3. And hit the switch. Cause some issues for all these groups. Oh wow, I see these ones didn't have such a... can you only have 3 mines out at a time and then they just expire if you have more? Let's find out. No, I mean, I could have had all 6 there. Maybe the game just... Maybe they just managed to dodge somehow, which would make me quite upset. They dodged all my landmines. Man, they dodged all my landmines. I'm over here just continuing to ruin any of Lethal Felines' jokes. What a guy. He hasn't even been around to watch the stream lately. Oop. Oops. Nice and easy. The cell contains nothing. This one is also bereft of anything of value, and this as well. This just leads us out here. Alright. Is that a tank up there? I think I saw a tank up there. Yes, there's a tank up there. But there's still more stuff we can get in the maze, I think. Before we deal with that. Nice. And that completes the loop. Is there a way in here? Sure is. Just this does not lead us. Yeah, you can see right here that there's like a broken switch here. Yeah, that's literally what it is. I had just guessed this whole time that that's what it is, but that's actually properly like what it's modeled as. That's pretty good. A decent level of detail for that small size and for PS2 era. So that's neat. Today we learned something, folks. Alright, so we're going to grab that gold bolt before we get on with it. And we sort of have to work out a little bit of a maze up here, where it's a little hard to see what's going on. But we got it. Okay. Now, let's finally get out of here. Oh, hey, there's a pile of bolts that we didn't get before. That's nice. Always appreciate a little bit of goodies here when we're backtracking. And back we go. Yes, I see you in the square, person. I'll deal with that in a second. That was almost really severely screwed up. But hey, we got our money. And now, back to the town square.
Welcome to the HoverCon Intergalactic Hoverboard Competition. Captain Quark's giving away a brand new Platinum Zoomerator to the winner of this competition.
A Platinum Zoomerator. Perhaps that will be the proof of your accomplishments that Skid's agent requires.
Wait, do you guys mean Skid McMarks?
Yeah, Skid couldn't make it, so we're here to, you know, fill in for him.
Guess we'll see about that.
Alright, so this can be a little bit rough, especially because we don't have access to a boost function. So we're going to see if we can pull this off. This may not be a thing that we can actually do very easily here, but we're going to try our best. And we're going to crash into some exploding crates. And we're going to restart that one because, wow, that... You can see there's a bit of a snowball effect there. Generally speaking, if you fall off the track, that does tend to happen, is that, you know, things just tend to keep getting worse for you. Overall, I probably can't win it, even after this one time, but we're gonna forget how to put out of the race, and we're gonna restart now. We're going to give this a couple of whacks, and if we do not succeed, we will leave this for next time. Because, yes, it is getting a little bit late, but this is the last thing that we have to do on the planet, so... You know, why not finish it now, if possible? Well, thanks, dude, but I don't need to take that path, because this is the faster play. And we just need to go as fast as we can, basically. Got that corner. I have no idea where the guy in first place is. Oh, fuck. Should have paused. I really needed to replace my thumb. Which sounds like a weird thing to say, but it's true. I definitely was feeling my thing get out of position there. And I feel like it was having a negative impact on my ability to steer properly. Although even then, we can only steer so good. Now, where the hell was that dude? Well, let's try again. Don't bother with that ramp. We'll go this way as usual, and we'll fuck up landing in the hoop. There we go. That's better. Boost panel. These guys all kind of look like Skid McMarks, huh? At least it all looks like they're all wearing the same psychedelic t-shirt. Tie-dye t-shirt, pardon me. I mean, I guess psychedelic is not an entirely incorrect description. Also, we just got absolutely annihilated after a bit there, so let's... let's not do that, that's for sure. Well, we're pretty much on first place's tail pretty hard here. At that corner, just barely get away with it. Fuck! And wow, we fell all the way to 5th. Are you kidding me? Because they're just all clumped together like that? Jesus, that's rude. We're starting to get it, so I think we can probably pull this off in another couple of attempts and then call it, because, you know, this I actually feel like I'm gaining a skill for. And then I do something like that, because I've forgotten the pattern. You know, being able to perform on some level doesn't really, you know, do too much for you if you just forget the whole pattern. Fuck. That's better. Gotta remember to do the short hop at the... My thumb keeps trying to go to the wrong part of the stick. So this is messing me up a little bit here. Alright. Go over the top of them. Alright. Speed path. Clip the edge of the track like a moron because we didn't jump hard enough. I did not see that crate whatsoever. That is pretty unfortunate to say the least. Jump that. Short hop. Jump into the ring. I heard the exhaust flare. Engine, whatever. Fuck, I am just not making that curve properly. I'm thinking, surely I've done it before. But yeah, this is just a pattern you need to get down, basically. Oh, I did the long hop there. Didn't do a short hop because I was bad at it. That's better. Fuck me. Damn it. And we missed the ring boost there for some reason. I need to do the proper long hop there. I'm definitely not holding that button down enough. And I'm starting to realize it. Again, sometimes the thing that really helps you is just knowing how you fucked up. Because sometimes knowing that you fucked up doesn't really help you, right? Like, oh hey, I made a mistake. No kidding. Fuck, I am not making this curve anymore. I can use the D-pad to control, and I'm almost tempted to. Just because, again, my thumb doesn't feel like staying in place right now, and I don't know what the deal is there. Boost pad. Surprised that counted, honestly. Oh, wow. Alright. It says now I have to deal with the game just being like, hey, yeah, what if we didn't let you... Yeah, like, look at the first place there, crashed into those crates, and ended up further in front, I'm pretty sure. That is rude. Like, wow, who would have guessed the AI is cheating, but that seems a little bit excessive. And I failed to grab a lot of the boosts there. Did the short hop too early. Damn it! Let me tell you, I wish I could control this with the right stick. Because I would just do that. I would just do that. Do I just go forward if I don't hold the thing forward? Yeah, I don't think I actually have to hold forward on this. Which is nice. I can just... You know, that really does open up D-pad control, though, because... I mean, I failed that pretty badly, but... It means I can devote myself to just steering better. And then things like that can happen. Now, that was bizarre. But with this knowledge in mind, I think we can do a lot better here. Although, man, they're not messing around for your first time doing this. They're just like, hey, yeah, what if we really show the teeth all the way as soon as possible? Bullshit. That was some bad performance. Whoa, hey, where did my jumping off of the thing properly go? Game. But here's where there's our big time save, really, is cutting that corner. Because the AI does not seem to understand that at all. Doesn't understand how to cut corners like this. But it does understand how to fucking cheat, which is always the thing you want them to know what the tricks are. But I guess, you know, they're on set paths probably, so does that really count? And that race was about to not count because we were stuck behind second the whole time. The whole time, despite the fact that I'm quite certain that I passed second multiple times there. And there goes our lack of an X input, thanks. I shouldn't have done that. There's definitely some times where I gotta wonder if, like, the X button on this controller is a little bit fucky. Granted, it's the button that you press the most in any video game, really, at least on the PlayStation, where the X button is that button. As opposed to the Switch or the SNES, where the X button is the top button. What the fuck was that game? Or the Xbox, where the X button is somewhere else, I believe. I don't know where the X button is on the Xbox. And apparently, supposedly, the X button is officially the cross button on the PlayStation, but, like, come on. Who actually says cross button outside of if you're the narrator of Rayman 2 Revolution for some reason? Something which no other game has ever done because it sounds terrible. It is distinctly not right. Fuck me. That's embarrassing. I'm really, really screwing up the things that are easy now, which is the worst thing that happens. Is where it's like, oh yeah, okay, if something's real hard and I'm stuck on it for a while, or it's real badly designed, like those fucking logs in Jungle Jumps that are pentagonal, and you gain upward momentum as you're going faster on the ground before you jump as the gorilla for some reason. I don't know what was up with that as a design decision, but it sure was one. You know, then I think getting mad at that is probably a little bit fair, or fairer anyway. But in a case like this, it's just kind of shameful, because it's like, come on, I know how to do this. I just have to actually do it right instead of, you know, having my brain short out a little bit at the wrong time. But we're back in the lead, and things can still go wrong, like that can happen. And we get shoved this far back. Like, this is a terrible place to be. One of the worst places, honestly. Second place is first loser, etc. Where is this guy? How? What the fuck did he do? I don't get it. Where did he go? He just disappeared after that point and just up into the ether. Explain to me with diagrams, cause I lost sight of him and he reverse rubber banded across the finish line apparently. Just right through it. And okay, so I think I need to give up on that third ring as being, like, all that feasible. Because it doesn't seem like it actually is. It seems a little more like what we need to do there is just get what we can, and then get off the path, and then get shoved by the guy because he's bigger than us, I guess. I mean, to be fair, I'm pretty sure he actually is, so, like, fair play there, but it still kind of sucks. Alright, jump. Hula hoop. Watch this guy cheat. Somehow become unable to pass him. There we go. I was about to say, how is he going this fast? I can't even see him. And if I couldn't see him when I had that level of range, and it's not like there was a draw distance issue at that point. It was a wide range as opposed to a long range, but it seemed incredibly unlikely that I had somehow not passed him. Okay, we did it, finally. That was a complete mess. Absolutely shameful.
Ratchet and Clank.
Hey, look, that's us.
Today's winners will take home a brand new professional grade Model T15 Platinum Zoomerator. Manufactured by Gadgetron, this hoverboard drive delivers more lift, speed, and maneuverability than any other anti-grav device on the market. Well,
cool, I think.
We have tonight. Remember to set your infobots to the Quark Classic channel for tonight's episode of Dogfight Over Death Canyon, starring yours truly. Thank you and have a Quark-tastic day.
I just need my thumb to recover for a second. Let's finish this all off and go show the Platinum Zoomerator to the guy in Aridia and retrieve our completely non-essential reward, but it's a neat one, so why the hell not? Alright, these things. Can we blow these up with a bomb glove? Yes, actually. Wow. I'm kind of impressed because so far the bomb glove has proven to be very unimpressive when it comes to its use of an explosive payload. Also, we missed the hover taxi. Like an idiot. Oh, it didn't warp us back to the ship. Dang. Well. Get back in the ship, and away we go. Alright, getting the little transport pod. And here we are. Show him the thing.
Fantastic! You got it! Great work, kid.
So, Are you gonna represent me?
You bet, kid. And as a signing bonus, I've got this.
Cool helmet.
That is a sonic summoner. It is used to attract sand mice.
Right, and it's all yours. Well, I'm off to finalize the paperwork. I'll have my people call your people.
Do you have people?
Sonic Summoner allows you to interact with the mysterious and intelligent sand mice species. Despite their innocent appearance, sand mice are very effective and aggressive hunters. Simply equip the Sonic Summoner when you are near a sand mouse house, and a mouse will emerge to greet you. If the mouse likes you, it may offer a bit of high-caliber tactical assistance.
I like how they had old HUD elements from earlier in the game in there. And by earlier in the game, I mean earlier in the game's history. If I could remember how to use words properly, that'd be real. But apparently, I don't.